Have you just gone against an ISO that almost felt unkillable? Because I sure have. Whether you are new or experienced in Valorant, you have come to the right place for trying to learn how to take over a game. ISO can be compared to Reyna in terms of carry potential, enabling any player to snowball a game when used correctly. After watching this video, I guarantee the enemies won't know what hit them. ISO is full of strengths, but like other agents, there are some weaknesses to be aware of. When drafting up your team in ranked, it is important to note that although ISO is a duelist, he has no movement related abilities. This is why I typically recommend that you pair him with another duelist who can dash in, such as Jet or Neon for example. But then why pick ISO? ISO has some of the best solo carry potential in the game, with abilities such as his shield which can be reset every kill, alongside an ultimate which practically removes an enemy from almost anywhere. The pressure ISO can cause in a game is unmatched. And if aim is your strong suit, it's a must pick for climbing. And if aim isn't your strong suit, that's kind of a problem, because it's a dog-eat-dog world out there, and if you can't aim, you're going to lose a lot of games. Luckily, that's all an easy fix. Over the last 5 years, we've studied exactly what it takes to make a good aimer, and how literally anyone can replicate what the pros do to achieve immortal level aim. That is why we've created 3 courses dedicated to helping you improve your aim. First, we have our Aim God Masterclass, which is an hour-long course designed to teach you literally everything there is to know about the fundamentals of aiming. But along with that, we also have our Spider Method course and our Calm Aim course, designed to hone your skills and push you to those higher levels that you might be looking to achieve. The best part is, we're so confident we can help you climb, we even offer a rank up guarantee, meaning if you don't climb, you don't pay. That's our promise to you that you're getting what you paid for. So if you're really looking to climb this act, I highly recommend checking out SkillCapped using the link below, and other than that, let's get into ISO's kit. Undercut is one of his strongest ways of creating pressure. When using this ability, ISO will prepare to throw a projectile that suppresses and places all enemies hit in a fragile state. This means not only can you weaken an enemy, making them vulnerable like a Viper Molly, but you can cancel their ability usage like a KO knife. Like all of his kit, by pressing the key for Undercut, the ability won't instantly be sent out but instead equipped in ISO's hand ready to be placed. This ability is fantastic for pushes and scaring enemy defenders on attack. You want to try be smart when using this ability. For example, when pushing A on Haven, players typically sit graffiti or back tight. Since it weakens enemies, they'll be easier targets to kill, and when combined with a movement duelist who can dash on them, the combo is guaranteed to create trouble for defenders. Here is an in-game example from TENS. He notices where 2 players are and right before swinging uses Undercut to place the enemies in a vulnerable state, allowing him to kill Jet in just a few bullets. When you get hit by this ability, you're almost certainly going to die. As for defending, it's just as useful for retakes and delaying pushes. Try weaken key areas you think players are hiding in, or throw it aggressively to create some delay. If I know a player is holding me close, I'm going to weaken them every time before swinging. Also try keep in mind that being able to weaken enemies sparks combo opportunities with other agents. If I hear lots of steps rushing towards my site, I can throw my Undercut, allowing a Sova ultimate to kill them with 1 hit. Similarly, you can throw it with a raise grenade or even Teo missiles. I'm sure you get the idea. Contingency is the most simple part of his kit. ISO can place an indestructible wall blocking all bullets and sources of damage. When pressing the ability, similar to the rest of his kit, you can decide where to place the wall. The wall is great for creating space and blocking enemy sightlines, either slowing attackers or making it easier to enter sights. It also has an alternate fire which sends the wall at half speed, creating a greater depth of play. I typically recommend to use this ability to block common angles which defenders or attackers are likely to peek from. Another fantastic use of the wall would be to travel closely behind it, allowing you to safely scale up and take some space. Here is an example of Demon 1 scaling behind the wall to retake B's side.
I can flash side.
Stopping fire. One sub in.
Another great example of this will be shown later in the video alongside more of his abilities. A less common but also fantastic use for this ability is on defense when trying to defuse a spike. An example would be if the final enemy in an intense situation is hiding C long, waiting for the spike to be tapped. Upon hearing the spike get tapped, they will likely jiggle the angle or swing to try secure the round. To counter this, I can project my wall towards C long and stick the defuse, with the wall preventing all of their bullets from landing on me. As a result, I defuse safely and win the round. If they choose to swing through the wall, I almost certainly have a free kill. You can also apply this in a 2 vs 1 situation, by providing a wall for your teammate to defuse and holding the enemy yourself. Double tap may possibly be the reason why some ISO players can so easily take over an entire game. Upon pressing double tap, a timer will appear on your screen and you'll gain a shield. This shield will soak up the first source of damage you receive, from a classic bullet to a raised rocket. Yes, even a raised rocket. The timer represents a period in which ISO can kill an enemy to generate an orb. By shooting this orb, ISO can refresh not only the timer but his shield. Enemies can also shoot this orb to deny your refresh, so be quick. An advanced tip for some players would be to not always shoot the energy orb immediately, as demonstrated here by Cloud9 Oxy. Most likely in this situation, if he had shot the first energy orb, despite gaining another shield, he would have probably died. Evidently, this ability allows for crazy snowball potential and opportunity to take over an entire round. So make sure you focus and aim your best with this ability active. Something to note, the shield presents a loud audio cue alerting nearby enemies that your shield is up and more than likely about to head their way. As a result, avoid using double tap on a flank or lurk, as it will quickly ruin all that time you spent sneaking around. You typically want to activate the shield upon entering a site, but not too early as the audio cue will give this away, or simply to take on a 1 vs 1, increasing your odds of coming out on top. Here is an example of pro player Demon 1 using the ability to the full extent.
Spike down B. One enemy remaining.
It was best in this situation to avoid activating the shield immediately to not reveal his play. He then swings, showcasing a fantastic display of gun skill, isolating 1v1s, allowing him to take each fight on with a shield and refreshing it for the next enemy. Lastly, the shield also plays a large role when using his ultimate, which we will cover in just a moment. Now let's take a look at his ultimate kill contract. This ultimate is exceptional for creating space and picking off the enemy team. Make sure to keep watching as there is a fun interaction I'll cover at the end, not even most high level players are aware of. By pressing the ultimate key, ISO will take his hands out, creating a placeable zone. This zone can be clearly viewed on your minimap, similar to the Breach ultimate, to ensure accurate placement. Upon placing his ultimate, ISO will pull himself and the first enemy hit by the ultimate into an arena. However, there is something important to keep in mind when using the ultimate. Both you and the enemy will temporarily gain max health, placing you and the enemy in a balanced 1-on-1. So don't just ult someone because you heard they are weak. Now of course, to make it more fair for the character spending all their ultimate points, ISO receives 2 barriers to play around compared to just 1. But you might be thinking, isn't it still quite easy to die in my own ultimate? And the answer is, well, yes. Consequently, Riot allows you to activate double tap prior to using kill contract, giving you a shield that can be taken into the arena. So now not only do you have an extra barrier to work with, but also a shield that can save you from the first bullet the enemy sends your way, ultimately increasing your odds of leaving the arena victorious. Now I know about the ultimate, when should I use it? Typically the ultimate should be used to try create a pick on the enemy team. When attacking, I typically recommend using the ultimate to grab a player whose location has been revealed, to minimize your chance of missing an enemy and wasting the ultimate. An example of this could be if my Sova were to dart backsite C on Haven, scanning the Cypher hiding backsite. With this information, I can immediately send my ultimate onto Cypher, placing him into my arena. While Cypher is inside my arena, his abilities will also go offline, meaning his tripwires will become inactive, allowing my team to quickly take space on site. If I win this duel, not only do we begin the round 5v4, but site should be much easier to clear. And if I lose the duel, my team should be backside at this point to immediately kill the Cypher as he returns back to the map. Which just shows sometimes losing the ultimate can work out greatly. Here we can see although Demon 1 lost the duel in his ultimate, the team were able to secure the kill regardless. So don't be too hard on yourself if you whiff those shots. Similarly on defense, if the team gathers information of an A rush for example, feel free to send an ultimate towards their direction from a safe location. By doing so, you can possibly pick off a key agent from their attack such as the controller or duelist. Now for the fun interaction not even most high elo players are aware of. ISO and Yoru have a very unique interaction with kill contract. Yoru can send his clone in anticipation of getting ISO ulted, which will send the clone inside the arena. Funny, I know. Let me know if you already knew this down in the comments. So for those struggling against his ultimate, if on Yoru, be sure to use his clone. Otherwise try use a right click with the classic as soon as you get placed into his arena. Although Cypher lost this fight, we can see he quickly removes the shield, giving him a more equal fight when reswinging. Now let's view how to best use all his kit together. ISO is brilliant for creating space on attack, hence why he is a duelist. All his kit can help cover different aspects that may normally cause some issues. When rushing a site with your team, Undercut will create pressure for the defenders, weakening key areas players usually lie in. Contingency can then be used to block important lines of sight, such as a defender swinging off contact, allowing you to easily clear those tedious corners. By combining this all with double tap, he is almost unstoppable. Just look at how Knights is able to run straight through A to flank and secure the round. But his kit also shines on defense. Let's quickly take a look at Oxy perfectly combining both double tap and his wall. We can see his team are looking to take A main space on Lotus. Oxy places his wall down, allowing him to scale up behind it with no worry of being killed. He follows this up by activating double tap preparing to fight, continued with fantastic aim to win his team the round. Double tap and undercut are also commonly used together to secure kills as they have great synergy. In this clip, Tens takes control of A space using double tap combined with undercut to secure his kills. He then uses his ultimate knowing that even if he dies, there will still be value as his team can trade the kill. Unfortunately, he does end up losing the 1v1, but regardless wins the round for his team. Now, if you want to ensure these ISO 1v1s always go in your favor, or you are truly serious about improving at Valorant, our website is guaranteed to set you on an optimal path towards your dream rank. If you don't climb at least 5 divisions using our service, you will get your money back. So go ahead and check out our courses in the link below. Thanks everyone so much for watching, and we'll see you soon.